Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today we are going to start our remaining part reading of unit number 7. Unit name is Home Sweet Home. Read difficult words aloud for correct pronunciation again and again. And this is an entertaining story with a moral. And after the ending of reading, you will get about the moral of the story. I will ask you about morals, so be careful and be focused about the reading. Now, just to start, we are going to start from page number 74. Come on. Come in, Junko, she said joyfully, opening the door wider. What a pleasant surprise. Good evening, Eva, mumbled Junko, forlornly. It's been a long while. Yes, a long time indeed, agreed Eva, showing him to an armchair in her cozy living room. Did you sort out the problem with your vegetable patch? Yes, replied Junko. Thanks to your advice. The birds have stayed well clear of the garden ever since. Good, said Eva with a kind smile. And what can I do for you today? Your expressions tell me there is something on your mind, Junko. Well, there is Eva, sighed Junko, gazing at the embers in the fire. I'm not a wealthy man, Eva. I have barely enough to feed my family. However, I can't go on like this. Go on like what? Asked Eva, settling down. My house is too small, cried Junko. The lack of space is driving me mad. The okay. The children are noisy. My wife snores at night. When cars ramble past on the road, the crockery rattles. How long for some space and some peace? Yes, agreed Junko. It's a nice, but I wish it were bigger and quite. Well, I never explained, Eva. You have a lovely house. Yes, agreed Junko. It's nice, but I wish it were bigger and quieter like Michael's mansion down the road. Ah, but I couldn't never afford a house like his in a million years. Michael's house is large, I must admit, agreed Eva. But you should be happy where you are. What can you do for me, Eva? Asked Junko. How can you make my life better? I'm not happy. You must do exactly as I say, she said. Do you agree? Sure, said Junko, hope rising in his eyes. Without question? Asked Eva. Yes, without question, replied Junko. Well then, said Eva, if I ever correctly, you keep a cow and several other animals in the small barn of the bottom of your garden. That's right, said Junko, looking a little astonished. Well, said Eva, I want you to go straight home and move them all and several other animals in the small barn at the bottom of your garden, right? Said Junko, looking a little astonished. Well, said Eva, I want you to go straight home and move them all into your house. Junko started at her disbelievingly, but he shuddered. Next page, page number 75. No birds, no nothing, said Eva abruptly. You promised, now go. Junko rose slowly. He said nothing further but nodded his head and left the cottage. Monica, Anton, and Lorna were most surprised when Junko told them on his return to wait a while before dinner and scattered off to the barn. They stood and watched, aghast as he brought into the little house. Next paragraph. They stood and watched aghast as he brought into the little house first the geese, followed by the chickens, then the two goats, and finally the cow. They have to stay here with us, announced Junko. Eva told me to do this. The children were amused and excited to be sharing their home with the animals, but Monica thought her husband had left his senses somewhere on his walk. For some days the house was in turmoil. At night, Junko's snoring was the least of their problems. Nobody got any sleep because of the constant noise and movement in the house. One morning, after a particular noisy and restless night, Janku rubbed his eyes. Janku rubbed his eyes and announced, "I'm going to see Eva again." At Eva's house, Janku held his head in his hands and wept. "Why are you putting me through all this?" cried Janku. "The whole family is upset with me. We cannot sleep and we fight all the time. The noise is deafening. Have you ever kept a cow, ducks, and other animals in your room? It's hell, I tell you." Eva smiled. "Yes, it is hell," she said softly. "Well done, Janku. Now I want you to go straight home and move all the animals back to the barn. No words, just do it." Janku returned to his house and did as he was told. He, Monica, and the children spent the rest of the day cleaning up the mess made by the animals. After the house was back to normal, Janku stretched out in his armchair. The children played noisily with their toys in one corner. Monica clattered pots and pans in the kitchen. "Ah," sighed Janku and thought to himself, "how nice it is, the sounds of my wife and children in the background. Plenty of room too. Home sweet home." That's it for today's students. The moral of this story is we should appreciate what we have. Okay? Moral of story is we should appreciate what we have. Hope you will complete today's task. See you next time. Take care.